Continuing with the introductions. Can't remember if we've seen this before.
These are the enemy's forward fielders. Knock them out and he's fighting blind. Just point the turret if you're low on rockets.
Yeah, this is part of the scouts. Yeah. Oh, and we've seen this. Yeah. Now, these assets can well, more interesting than usual.
Some clerk accidentally shipped our armor crates to the third world. Problem is, they don't have any use for them, so they've been taking up space in the bazaar. Cruise in there and haggle a winch discount.
And fuel.
The Super Apache is equipped with an onboard distillery for local petrol. Plays havoc with the engine, but if you're desperate, this thing will probably run on lighter fluid.
Ammunition.
If you desperately need some ammo, you can always borrow it. Be careful though. The local homebrew doesn't pack the wallop of ex-Soviet stuff, but it will do in a pinch.
Yeah, same as in the previous one, and also a bunch of armor, well, less so with fuel, but bunch of armor and ammunition is in the enemy's attack path. If they get within range of it, they will destroy it. Rather interestingly, also blowing up the enemy's own fuel trucks will leave behind fuel which the enemy will then promptly destroy. Weird that it doesn't show the observation posts on the map.
Deploy Ahmad's relatives to drop points and their loyal troops will soon follow. The skill is in getting the right relative to the right place. They have a 2 millennia-old family feud going on. If the wrong relatives cross paths, they'll fight each other instead of Savak.
And who are these relatives? Well, we'll get to that soon. Apache.
We didn't design the Super Apache for tank transport, but you can do it if you want to move friendlies around. Just fly up and hoist. Don't try this at home, kids.
I've never actually tried moving around friendly vehicles like that. Don't know if we'll get a chance to do that. Captain Ahmad. Ahmad in his home turf.
Ahmad is an ex-SAS commando who's been on a lot of missions for us. This is the first time we've cut him loose on his own home turf. He's related to a number of people here, including Savak. Therefore, you can assume he harbors a strong personal agenda. Let's hope it's the same as ours.
Yes, let's. Here we go, to locals.
To understand what is happening here, you must understand the history of my family. We have been at war since time began. Our lives would be nothing without war. We fight to live, we live to fight. Sometimes we die. Part of our problem is location. Our mountains are in path of every invader who wants to cross from south to north. Therefore, when invaders come, we have choice, to fight or submit. And that choice is not a choice.
More stock footage put to good use. Oh yeah, more. They refuse to fly with each other. Wait, 4 local bands? 3 of which you can command. Oh yeah, yep. The blinking ones are, well, they stay where they are. Whereas we have these 3 guys we can command.
This is my sister Delilah. Like the female fox, she is the most vicious of all my relatives. That is why my evil uncle Savak fears her the most. My other uncle Nimrod fears her too, for he once tried to marry her. She was so disgusted that she swore to kill him if she ever saw him again. You may believe this threat or not, but believe me, Uncle Nimrod does.
So, do not put Delilah and Nimrod in the vicinity of each other. And she has these 60 light tanks. T60. That doesn't... I don't think that's very light as far as tanks go, but whatever. Uncle Nimrod. World War I British tanks.
Uncle Nimrod is what you in America would call playboy. Never is he seen without a beautiful woman clinging to his arm. In war, Uncle Nimrod's passion is not matched by his skill. But he has good tanks and troops who share his lust for glory. Nimrod is vain and arrogant. His costume is of his own making. For these reasons, we know him as Strutting Rooster. Nimrod fears Delilah and he hates my cousin Bessus. Because Bessus once took a woman from him. He had challenged Bessus to a duel, but Bessus rejects him. If he sees Bessus, he will kill him.
Again, don't put Bessus and Nimrod near each other. Infantry. And armored personal carriers.
I have little to say about Bessus, because Bessus himself says little. He is a quiet man who has settled down to become a simple farmer. We laugh at this. Who would farm when there are men to be killed? We call him the grain stalk. He calls us nothing. He simply tends his crops.
Isn't that nice? Man, that's all. Time to get blasting then. Well, let's call it a video. It's been enough introductions for now.